Hello and welcome, our beloved viewers, to RTD's News English Edition. As usual, we'll bring to you the latest titles. Let's watch. Students return to school. Back to school 2022. And on the international scene in Nigeria, climate change alert technology app has been created. Those were our major top highlights. Welcome back to our newsroom, our dear viewers. I am Dini Musa, bringing you the latest news. Following the press release of the Ministry of the National Education and Vocational Training on the calendar of the beginning of the school year 2022-2023, the beginning of the school year for the basic education took place this morning throughout the national territory. In total, more than 132,000 students have returned to school. The little children of the basic education who, as usual, are the first to return to school. They will be followed by the students of the general, technical, and professional secondary education who will return to the classrooms. Accompanied by their parents with their new clothes, the children were not left out. Girls and boys showed bright smiles. Under good parental guidance, our dear little curly heads stormed the classrooms to finally begin their school years with their respective teacher. It is emphasized that the delegation made a tour for visual observation of conditions of the beginning of the school year. The delegation was welcomed and accompanied by the administrative staff of each school. Here is some of the footage taken.
caqabadii hortaagnaaye isticmaalku nooga tegay si aan uga talownoba tusma waxa looga tegay.
The Secretary General of Memphis, Mohammed Abdullah Mahyub, accompanied by DGA and Inspector General Muna Ismail Abdu, as well as senior Memphis officials, moved to several primary and secondary schools in the capital to see the finished conditions of the students. Memphis Secretary General Mohammed Abdullah Mahyub started his tour at Sunfield Elementary School. At each of these stops, the Secretary General of Memphis, Mohammed Abdullah Mahyub, and his close collaborators spoke with teachers, but also students and administrative staff to inquire about the conditions of this recovery. Still in the national news, the President of the National Assembly, Mr. Mohammed Ali Hamad, received this Sunday the new Ambassador of the Republic of Sudan to Djibouti, Mrs. Rahma Saleh Al Ubaid. The Speaker of the National Assembly welcomed the Sudanese diplomat before reviewing the basis of the bilateral relationships between the two countries in the perspective of strengthening the ties of friendship and cooperation, particularly through the parliamentary friendship groups and regional institutions such as IGAD and IPU-IGAD. The President of the National Assembly welcomed to Djibouti the Honorable Rahma Saleh and assured her of his availability in the accomplishment of her missions. The ambassador said she was honored to meet with the Speaker of the Parliament and thanked him for the warm welcome she received. The devastating rains fell in the south side of Arta region after the heavy rains that fell during the weekend in the vicinity of the Big Bara and all the southeastern areas of Arta region. The most important accumulations were recorded during the day yesterday. Many rivers are in flood. The national road number 1 was blocked at the level of Wea. The Wadi of Wea went out of its bed. Spectacular floods invested some coastal infrastructure of the village. The flood passes over the bridge of 20-meter length. For the first time ever since the construction of the road bridge of Wea, the road is as for it was closed since the water passes over the bridge and the motorists are stuck in the quays at least 1 hour. Our correspondent says that a young boy of 18 years old was swept away by the waters and remains missing until now. Several units from the Coast Guard, the National Gendarmerie, and the Armed Forces have been mobilized to find the body of this young boy swept away by the floods. After several hours of search in the river water, the body of the missing boy remains untraceable, but in this afternoon, his pants were found near the Djibouti-Turkish Friendship Dam. The team Djibouti Telecom are in a blocked training course since yesterday in Ali Sibih, where they will spend 2 weeks for a blocked training course in the big stadium of high level of training of Ali Sibih. Upon their arrival in Ali Sibih, has an exceptional welcome was reserved for the team by authorities of the region, namely the prefect of the region, Mr. Musa Aden, the president of the regional council, Sharmanki Hassan, in the presence of the president of the club, Mr. Ahmed, as well as the team committee. The players and technicians were installed at the center of the school sports study of the region of Ali Sabih, and logistical and technological means were made available to them. This greeting will allow the team of Ali Sabih to prepare for the match of the CAF Cup that will play against the Radiant Club Kigali in Djibouti. These training courses will then have a main objective to reinform certain knowledge or in a more general way to allow the players to keep their rhythm regularly. Each year, CAF, in collaboration with member associations and leagues, engaged in a license process that focuses on the improvement of club soccer. A total of 58 clubs from 46 CAF member associations have been licensed for the 2022-23 edition of the CAF Champions League. Djibouti Telecom team is among the clubs that have been licensed for the season to participate in the Champions League and the Confederation Cup for 2022-23. As part of the consolidation of peace and social cohesion among the youth of the region of Unity, the Association for Social Development and Environmental Protection of Gobad organized from 1 to 4 September sports and cultural days dedicated to the culture of peace and As'ila. These days were attended by the acting president of the Regional Council of Dikhil, Mr. Ibrahim Goro Abdullah, the sub-prefect of As'ila, officials of the SDEC Association, members of Siwirufau, and the local peace committee of Dikhil. Indeed, this project of organizing sports and cultural days dedicated to the culture of peace were carried out with financial support of the European Union and had as many objectives to consolidate peace and strengthen the bonds of friendship and brotherhood between the youth of the two communities living together. The activities implemented during the first day of Thursday, September 1st, are the community March of Peace, as well as the evening of cultural animations, which were able to gather a massive mobilization of young girls and boys coming from different localities of the region of Dikhil. And during the last 2 days, the 11-a-side soccer tournament, the parade of teams, and finally, the final meeting, followed by the ceremony of awarding the trophies, took place consecutively. After nearly a month of preparation in Tanzania to prepare to the pre-qualification games for the African Champions League and the new season of the National Championship of Djibouti, the team of Arta Solar 7 returned to the capital this morning around 11 a.m. The objective of this trip has allowed to strengthen the efforts to improve the image of local soccer by going as far as possible in the League of National Champions and that of Africa. The club of Solar Atta wants to get on top before the African expedition that will start in September. The club has played several friendly games against local teams like the Tanzanian club KMC in order to prepare mentally and physically. It should be noted that the team has acquired new talents such as the arrival of the player Solomon Kalou. The striker has played for Dutch clubs, Premier League, Great Chelsea, French club Lille, and Hesta BEC in the Bundesliga. At Arta Solar, Carlo will join former Arsenal and Barcelona midfielder Alexander Song, former Cameroon goalkeeper Idris Carlos Kemini, De Farasako, Alian Traore, and Dani Nunkeno. Carlo is expected to bring a wealth of experience to the team, especially in continental matches. The club Arta Solar 7, at the end of the year 2020-2021, won the double Cup Championship, a real consecration to prepare its future participation in the Champions League, African Champions League. As part of the fight against illegal trade, the National Customs, in close cooperation with the Djiboutian Armed Forces Bureau stationed at Ali Une, has seized a large quantity of contraband qat, a large-scale operation, a record seizure that has allowed to get hold of 40 packages of small qat is estimated at value of 6 million Djiboutian francs. Immediately alerted by the elements of the Customs Division of the region of Arta, the Djiboutian Armed Forces stationed in Ali Une have quickly stopped the truck and arrested the driver. According to the procedure in force, all of the seized qat was destroyed in the presence of Mr. Yahya Musa Ege, head of the Customs Division in the Arta region, and the military personnel stationed at Ali Une. In his speech, the head of the Customs Division of Arta region, Yahya Musa Ege, welcomed the success and warned against traffickers who wish to harm the country's economy. Shifting gears towards the international scene now, the takeoff of the new mega rocket of NASA towards the moon was again cancelled Saturday at the last moment for the second time in less than a week, making undergo a new delay to the launch of the American program Artemis, which must allow the humans to return on the moon. 50 years after the last Apollo mission, this new flagship program must allow to establish a durable human presence on the moon, allowing them to use it as a springboard towards Mars. In Nigeria, young girls have developed an application that should encourage more people to fight climate change for the preservation of the environment. The Earth Escape app provides users with texts, games, tips, and even training on environmental issues. Earth Escape was one of the regional winners of the 2022 global competition organized by Technovation, a US-based non-profit organization that empowers women and girls to use technology to create change in the world. Well, by this hour, beloved viewers, we conclude this edition. Thank you for being with us and make sure to tune in later for more. Have a wonderful evening and take care once again. Thank you.